Niggas must forgot, man. Hey, yo, y'all niggas must forgot, man. Y'all niggas still fucked up now, man. You know what I'm saying? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Y'all niggas thought this was, man. Yeah. Nigga, fuck a 20v1, nigga. I'll take anybody. Take all y'all niggas, man. Y'all niggas won. Look, your days is number like days of summer. Rain or shine, I'ma bring that thunder. You talking like I can't see light. Yeah, okay. The question is, it me v you or you v Ray? Either way, these L's getting passed out. Lights off when I black out. Swerving in the lane with me, you better crash out. You niggas lightweight, I swear I ain't even maxed out. No matter what stage they put you on, you still assed out. The thirst for attention is sad. Nothing you could say could take away that such shit you said on Vlad. I would say, I'ma get on your ass, but you might like that. I'm smoking all you niggas in the blunt. Just the light pack, the irony for months. They told Joey to fight back. Now every punchline, they need a crutch and an ice pack. I'm silly with the uppercuts, it's video proof. Fuck y'all niggas still tweeting for. Get in the booth, I'm ready to truth. Y'all better off recording the truth. Better yet, get the general, I'm killing his troops. I put the last nigga in a body bag. Now I just spun back to get his dog tag. Thought I told y'all, niggas ain't fucking with me rhyme for rhyme. They ain't war ready, they more ready for Comic-Con. Who wanted with the rap phenomenon? Take a number 4 in line. I'ma get through the day fast like Ramadan. I'm the real boogeyman, y'all niggas should be afraid. Fuck taking y'all so long. You niggas 7 days, all them shots y'all took, and I ain't even get grazed. Son of y'all, Canaan ain't the only thing getting raised. Triple entendre, don't even ask me how I pack him out. Punchlines pack a packy out. Tell them real bars is back in style. And y'all niggas getting smoked like Black and Miles. Chill, I heard the streets call you Quill. No wonder why your feathers ruffle. Bird nigga teach a man to scuffle. I'm a gladiator, word of Russell. Flexing on you niggas and I ain't even had to move a single. The kid from Westbrook got the whole West cooked. They jazz weak now. Heard they working on their best hook. Look, Rayvon was so last week. Now I'm hearing shit about some nigga named Ass Cheek. Who wanna be the next victim? How many top dogs will it take to sick 'em? Trying to take a bite out the apple is just forbidden. I'ma break 'em down to the atom, then split 'em. When I hit 'em with the finisher, eyes on the prize, hand on my fire, don't make me Pulitzer. Better be wise, cause if it Whitaker, I'm dotting T's and cross your eyes like Whitaker. The plot is now thicker than Vivica Fox's. I'm killing ya, really the villain. I'm back and restoring the feeling. Y'all niggas is really the feelings. Nothing but my children. These flows could break ceilings, knock feelings down. Told y'all niggas I'm back, I know you feel it now. And that was cute, making it seem like you predicted my bars, when in reality you heard my freestyle since March. I'm calling your bluff. You wanna see me cause you running for
niggas who say they want power, go for script, post a battle, you don't commit. But what I can do is put it on wax. You know it's lit. Hold a minute. This bitch skateboarding and doing tricks. All my shoeing. I was just at Jordan with the kickflip. What we doing? East to the west. That's crossroads for you and never we intersect. Line for line and hashtag it. Same about good kids. So badass. It's when punks who talk like they want it, don't have addicts. For the palace, pour the chalice. I'm a king. You a chalice, it's light work. And my aura on the Aurora Borealis. You know the challenge, hype me up. Nigga, I want all the value, cut it out. Cause for the record, we ain't talking songs and albums. Performing ballads, just best oratorical talent. Your swipe at me ain't valid, you can't chase him. So bank on him to come and get that check. Then he puts it all in the balance to fall over flat. Tried to climb the mountain and he broke his back. LA strip players is exposed with lift chambers. How you switch up? Yeah, hit us like mama. The whip's raising, my slip hanging as Vink. Rame in the kitchen, don't miss thing in position. Her kid came in here sniffing, I'm cooking notice. Troll nigga faking, making window shot payments. I'm serious, I'm a man that can show him this plane. And he gon' catch a fit, he can't hang with T Grizzly. I'm big game, the Knicks head coach. I'm putting pain in. You been on a ropes, that's why you wear that ski mask. Career's on a slope, your shit playing freeze tag. You been going for broke in game. Joey out here lighting you up, niggas playing with your name. I'm just saying.
Shit, they thought it was a game, man. Shit, catch me caught side Knicks game, man. I ain't playing, man. Yeah, that's right, look. That's right. It's the home of the 9/11, place of the lost towers. We still banging, nigga, we ain't never lost power. You now fucking with the BK Badman, Harlem Assassin. Line them up, we toe tagging, nigga. Welcome to New York City. Yeah, welcome to New York City. I'm from New York City. That's right, I'm from New York City, nigga. Respect that, huh? Yeah, I really like that. I really like that. Fuck you niggas up, man. You know what I'm saying? For the birthplace of Michael Jordan, the home of Biggie Smalls, nigga. The home of HOV, nigga, staying in the lane. Find something safe to play with, this ain't a game.
Kirk on the beat.
We don't need no lesson. We don't need no we don't. Yeah. First thought, grind hard, never work soft. Still a man. First thought, ready when I hit the ceiling fan. Know my pen got the perks on it. First on it. Ready now, why perch on it? Businessman wanna lurk on it. Dizzy, I'ma hit you first, homie. Shit, wake up. Never seen nothing this made up. Never seen nothing this major. Niggas and bitches gon' pay up. What's the bill like Cosby? What the cost be to save something? Uncle Sam slick robbed me. Niggas pulling strings for the bass notes. Get
I ain't hit 'em all with the freeze, with the hoes, not impressed. We ain't balls, with a loop, run the goal, with a loop, run the goal, with a loop, run the goal, with a loop, run it, run it, run it.
yeah. I don't wanna talk, just pay up. Hear a lot of shit, no fake ones. Hear a lot of shit, no fake love. Rest my hands. Rest my hands, don't play like that. Both ribs locked in, no breaks like that. Don't tempt my man, shit break like that. Don't wait, jump in, just shake like that. Shit dumb, shit lame, it shake like that. Shit weird on me. I got something real for you, don't flake on me, just deal with me. Yeah.
With a loop, run the goal, with a loop, run the goal, with a loop, run the goal, with a loop, run it, run it, run it. With a loop, run it, run it, run it. Talk cheap, shit, niggas make numbers. Sound like you owe me some money. Long way, run around the main point. It sound like you owe me some money. Stumbling, stuttering. I don't do the muttering. Go, yeah, trick, yeah. Had to put some soldier in it, sis. Spread water in the coochie, baby. Eat healthy, shape my boots and cahooties, lady. So protected, I invested, stop the conversating. Trend of fat and blessings, then express them and it's set up. Bitches set up and I'm paid up, working barely even work. No need checker, put a checker just to wake up in the morning. Bitch, I'm spoiled and I'm popping, call me rude, bitch, Beauregard. Put your money where your mouth is, hold up, put it in a car. I ain't hit 'em all with the freeze, with the hoes, not impressed. We ain't balls, with a loop, run a goal, with a loop, run a goal, with a loop, run a goal, run a loop, run it, run it, run it.
All right. Welcome, all that good stuff, man. Hope y'all had a very good week. Hope you were having a very good weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and all that good stuff. Hope you had a chance to get out there and enjoy some Q and all of that good stuff. Listen, I'm trying to Gator. I was gonna go live at 10, but something in my spirit said, you know what, this might turn into something. I'm talking about the Pacers, the Knicks game. It is now down. Hold on, let me peek in real quick. Knicks up by 4. It's gonna be a free throw contest. Yeah. Whew. I'm glad I did, because you know it didn't look good early. It didn't look good early, but you know, Knicks made it a game. Knicks are taking the lead, and we're gonna talk about that series. Of course, we're gonna talk about the Thunder and the Wolves, that series. Of course, some other things, stuff from around the world. I'm gonna get into briefly, and I mean briefly. But it's only because it sets up my closing remarks. I like to give it at the end of the show. I'm getting to the Papoose and Remy thing a little bit, and of course some other stuff around that, you know, just pops up on my radar and I want to talk about. But anyway, man, hope you are doing well. Give a shout out to those who have made themselves known, and those of you hanging out in the clouds, catching on replay. As always, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff they say on YouTube. Teresa, what's going on, Miss Lady? Oh, beautiful. How you doing? You here? I guess 10:30 is the magic time for you. Okay. Yeah, and of course, my executive producer, Gator Girl, is in the building. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. 10 seconds left. Yeah, it's gonna be a free throw shooting contest. We'll see if the Knicks can hold on. They're up by 2, 10 seconds left, and Knicks have called timeout. But anyway, what are your thoughts? And I got my top 10 list. We talked about this on the last episode with the good brother Speak Easy. I'm pretty sure he's somewhere. We get you're early. I'm pretty sure he's somewhere trying to get his Elijah Wine narrative ready for the show this week. But anyway, I got some for him just in case to make him feel better, a little bit more comfortable. Maybe I can shake him out of the clouds tonight. But anyway, I got my top 10. And I said last week the challenge was going to be, he was going to do a top 10 without LeBron, and I was going to do a top 10 without Mike. Now, of course, you guys know you're fans of the game. Even if you're not mega fans, LeBron and Michael, of course, both top 10, top 5. Let's keep it a buck for a lot of people. So it was a bit of a challenge. I think one of my picks may shock people, but anyway, we'll get into that a little bit later. While the Knicks game is concluded, I want to get into Timberwolves and Thunder. Let me say this: watching the Knicks game and watching this Pacers Knicks series, and when you look over to the Western Conference, is it me or is the officiating a little bit different as far as these conference finals are concerned, especially on the Western Conference side? It seems to be a lot more ticky-tack fouls, a lot more flailing and flopping. I don't particularly like that kind of style of play, but it is what it is. But the entire theme of the playoffs has been, guys get a little bit more, touchy-feely. Defenses, amped up, and scores have been down, and refs have been kind of letting them play like they played in the 80s and the 90s. Let's be a little bit more physical. It has produced some very good games, some very good series. Overall, the ratings have been up for the NBA, so they should take notice of this, not just because it's the playoffs, but there's been some real good basketball going on and all of that good stuff. But it seems like to me the Western Conference is this, I don't know, the officiating is a little, this a little mid for my taste. It's a little mid for my taste. It's too much like regular season officiating going on in the Western Conference. And when you look over in the Eastern Conferences, it's been hard-nosed, hard-fought games, and it's produced some very good basketball. Jalen Brunson's at the line right now. Knicks are up 3, made the first free throw. 8 seconds left. But let me get into this Thunder Wolves series. Looked like OKC Thunder taking care of business at home in the first 2 games. Minnesota looked lost in the sauce. Looked like a team that was not prepared to be there, even though they had been off. I'm not going to blame that on being rust and all of it. This is a team that made the Western Conference Finals last year with a lot of the same core players, with the exception of Julius Randle being the new key starter. But Minnesota just looked out of sorts. Like they didn't have a real plan of attack for OKC, and I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was, we were lost in the moment of the Wolves. Fans, if you're out there, kind of explain to me what happened in the first 2 games, because when you look at what happened in Game 3, not to say that I picked Wolves in this series in 6. Still going to stick to it. I got a $10 bet on it, and the way that these finals are kind of shaking out, it may be a wash. If you're listening somewhere, it may be a wash. Maybe a wash, but OKC took care of business home, looked very good in the first 2 games, but Minnesota went out there and put it on them boys in a very, very bad way. Now, do I think that continues moving forward? No. You're not going to beat OKC about 30, 40 every night. It's just not happening. But what I did like some of the adjustments that they made in Game 3 and talking about Minnesota is I like Anthony Edwards' approach to Game 3. I think the first 2 games he was, for me, as watching him throughout the course of the season, of course through the playoffs, he was a little too passive for my taste. I get it, allow the game to kind of come to you at times, but I think he was a little too passive. And for me, Julius Randle looked like he was, Yeah, if you're a basketball fan and you know Julius Randle's career, he has those games where you're like, damn, this dude plays like a top 15 player in the league. Then he goes onto a wanted post and goes into a milk carton for a stretch of a couple of games. He looked like he was not fully engaged in the first two games, but they definitely came out in game 3. I don't know if that message is going to stick. I do like the fact that Anthony Edwards started out and continued to be aggressive throughout the game. Had like I'm gonna shoot that thing and I'm gonna be aggressive with shooting that thing. But I like the overall performance for Minnesota. Like I said, game 4 is I think whoever wins game 4, I'm gonna say this. I think whoever wins game 4 wins this series. I think if Minnesota goes out there, protects home court, goes back to OKC 2-2, the pressure is definitely back on OKC. If the OKC manages to take game 4 of the series, I'm gonna let you know the series is over. Minnesota is a very good team, but I don't see them coming back down 3-1 and having to win 3 straight games against a very, very good OKC team. I just don't see it. Oh, and while I'm speaking of OKC, congratulations to Shea Gator. I called it. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander winning the MVP over Jokic. It was a very close. I wouldn't say super close, but close enough. For over Jokic as far as the total votes were concerned. But congratulations to SGA for bringing home MVP. Listen, the Gator. I told you. I said when you look at the numbers. I think the number that kind of pushed SGA over the top in regards to Jokic, and I don't think anybody looks at SGA and says that's the best player in the league. One of the best players, definitely. Nobody looked at him as the best player in the league. Of course, we know it's the Joker. But you can't have a team that wins 68 games, dominate in the fashion that OKC did on both sides of the floor for the entirety of the season, and not win MVP. It's just kind of how I go. Team success definitely plays a role when we're talking about MVP voting and that kind of stuff. It's just the way it is. The free throw merchant better we're in the season. Yeah, I know if you watch the first 2 games, listen, and this is what I was talking about officiating, Gator. I didn't like how the Western Conference Finals, the first 2 games was definitely being called by the refs. Too much, free throw merchant activity, too much flopping. Too many ticky-tack fouls being called, and it kind of took away from what the NBA has been able to accomplish with this postseason run as far as like the officiating. So, hey, let them guys go out there and play and really compete. The scores are down, and the NBA is like, yeah, high scoring games is sexy and all of that kind of stuff. But we like to see very competitive games. We like to see teams having a fight and battle for each possession. So Knicks hold on to win. They win the free throw game 106-100 over the Pacers. We'll talk about that series in just a second. New York, I don't think you're out of the woods, but anyway. But Western Conference, the first 2 games, it was not enjoyable basketball to watch. It's not because I'm pulling for the Wolves. Listen, my team got put out in the first round. I'm just here to watch good basketball, and the way the refs was calling that game, the ticky-tack kind of fouls they were calling, SGA. Listen, I know he's good at drawing contact, but come on, dude. I mean, come on. Some of this. Well, yep, beautiful. They ended up holding on to win, and we'll talk about that series in just a second. But yeah, a winner of game 4. Game 4, a very big game for Minnesota to keep their real season alive, because you can't afford to go down 3-1 against this OKC team. You need to, it's a must win for them. And I look at OKC on the other side, with the beat down that they took in game 3. This is going to be a more of a statement game for them. Also, I think they're going to come out very fired up to, they got embarrassed. You got, a 40-piece put on you in a Western Conference Finals game. This is not something that, hang your hat on. It's not a lot of positives. SGA was not getting the calls. In game 3, the game was officiated a little bit different up in Minnesota. We'll see if that kind of officiating continues in game 4, because if it goes back to what it was in games 1 and 2, I see OKC at the free throw line a whole lot. SGA is going to be living at the free throw line, a la James Harden back in the day. But yeah, it's been a very good series thus far. But that game 4, the next game up, must win for both of them. But I think the pressure is going to be more so on Minnesota. Hey, you cannot afford to go down 3-1. Switching over to the Eastern Conference, you have the Knicks, who hold on to win tonight. Listen, Gator, I ain't watching the free throw shoot contest. Listen, I ain't either. And that's why I said the first two games of the Western Conference was like, it was like mid to me. I listen, I have enjoyed this Eastern Conference Finals very much. So I do have Pacers in 6. I'm still holding on to that, even though they did lose tonight. I had an opportunity to win. The shots was just not falling for Indiana. I think they shot like 20-some% from 3-point. Halliburton didn't really get it going. Siakam, kind of fell back down to earth. What's going on? Siakam kind of fell back down to earth. Turner played okay, but if you're a Knicks fan, if you're pulling for the Knicks in this series, you got to be pleased with the second half performance of Cat tonight. I think Cat being more assertive and being a much more forceful presence in the second half of Game 3 could change this series. Jalen Brunson has been phenomenal throughout this playoff run. Was phenomenal in games 1 and 2. They could not hold on. Lost both games at home. But Cat, it's been reported he didn't get benched. But if anybody to watch Game 2, it looked like Tibbs was like, I'm rolling with Mitchell Robinson over Cat. Cat just not giving me that, and that's kind of been the problem with Cat throughout his career. Is just when he wants to be a dominant force, especially on the block, it's not too many guys in the league that can handle him in his complete game, but he kind of drifts at times. But tonight, he kind of locked in the second half. They really needed him to lock in. Jalen Brunson, as has been pretty much the entire Eastern Conference Finals, was in foul trouble. They needed Cat to step up. OG kind of held the line a little bit. Miles Bridges had a decent game. Josh Hart gives you good effort. He's not going to fill up the stat sheet, but he provides a good effort player out on the court. But I think Cat, this is a signature. It could be. I'm gonna say this could be a signature game for Cat. If he's able to come out there with that same kind of intensity that he played with in the second half, because you look at the first half, it was much like what you saw in games 1 and 2. He was just kind of out there. Yeah, you're right, Gabe. He drifts all the time, and that's the frustrating part by watching Cat, because when when he wants to dominate on the block, he can. When he wants to pull a big out, he can. He can put the ball on the floor relatively well. Good free throw shooter. I mean, he could be a force. He had to be a force tonight, and it played out and worked out for the Knicks as they clawed back into the game. I'm gonna say this. I still got Pacers in 6. The Pacers have looked like the better team. I think tonight you got a combination with Cat being a forceful presence in the second half. The shots were just not falling for Indiana. They shot horribly. They shot. Let me pull up the box score real quick. They shot bad, man. It was a bad shooting night for them. Let's see. Shot 44% from the field, 20% from three-point range. When you look on the other side, Knicks shot 43 from the field, about 35% from 3. Both teams got to the free throw line about the same amount. But yeah, the Cat second half, you got to give it to Cat. This is a Cat signature game. Now, can he keep this up going forward? I don't know. I don't. And that's kind of like the scary part with Cat is like, he'll come out here in Game 4 and give you what he gave you the first half of for the night, for the whole game, and you're left kind of wondering, like, what am I getting? I think, Jalen Brunson, I think this is going to be looked at as his one game off. He didn't shoot the ball particularly well, 6 of 18 from the field. Miles Bridges didn't really shoot the ball well. Made some good defensive play. I think OG kind of, helped steady the boat as they kind of climb back into this game. But, on the other side, Pacers, nothing to hang your hat on. As bad as you shot, you still had an opportunity to win this game. At the end, you just could not, they couldn't find a bucket, man. Couldn't find a bucket. And for the life of me, Miles Turner, he had a pretty good game. I don't know why he was jacking up threes and fell in love with a 3-pointer out there for me. One out of 6. But I got Pacers. I still got Pacers in this year. I think Pacers are still. What's going on, Vic? The Pacers are 5. The Knicks are not that deep. Listen, Vic. I hear you. Pacers are a very unique team. This is a team, that plays a lot of guys off the bench. And those guys come in and produce when they have to. When Pascal goes for 37, yeah. Pascal, kind of came back down to earth. I knew he wasn't going to be able to sustain that, that monster performance that he had, but he had a decent game. He gave you 17, which was, what he usually gives you on a nightly basis. So he kind of came back down to earth what he normally averages. Didn't give you much else. When you look at the rest of the Pacers roster, Halliburton, was shot 50% from the field, 25% from three. We had a pretty good game. 20. Look at this: 20 points, 4 boards, 7 assists. Yeah, it had a pretty good 3 steals. Nebhard, Neesmith, they struggled a little bit. But I still got Pacers in this. And Vic, it may go. It may go 5. It may go 5. I know Knicks fans are looking at the first 2 games of the series like, oh man, we let them get away with that. Like, this is a Pacers team that is proven throughout this playoff run that, hey, no matter how tight the game gets, we're able to lock in when we have to and play winning basketball. And I expect the Pacers to come out much like they did in the first half of this one and play with a little bit more intensity and lock in more. And Rick Carlisle is a championship winning coach, but is it me or is he just not attacking Jalen enough? Jalen Brunson is a fantastic offensive player, but he is definitely a liability on the defensive end. And I'll tell you, if Cat didn't have the performance he had tonight, Knicks were going to lose. I'm going to be honest with you. Knicks were going to lose. Jalen Brunson kind of stays in foul trouble, and it doesn't help when he's in foul trouble and he's not scoring. He's not putting up, producing at the level that he's capable of producing at, and he has produced throughout this playoff run. If I'm Indiana, maybe I'm hunting Jalen a little bit more. Maybe I'm hunting him a little bit more. Try to get him in foul trouble. We've seen he said he struggled with foul trouble throughout the playoffs. He's just a liability on that end. Fantastic offensive player, but he's a liability on the defensive end. I'll be hunting him. Whoever he's guarding, don't let him hide. Don't let him hide. Attack him. But I got Pacers still in this. I still think it goes 6. I think the Pacers take care of business at home in game 4. I expect the Knicks to come out fired up with the season on the line and win game 5. And I think the Pacers close it out at home. You got Knicks. That's what you say that. Come on. We got the bet going, man. We got the bet going. It's going to be. I get the feeling that it's looking like it's going to be a wash because I got Wolves and Pacers. You of course got Thunder and Knicks. Thunder, still up 2-1. Even though they got smoked in game 3, I'm just going to chalk that up to you guys having a very bad game. I don't think Minnesota's going to be smoking you guys like that through the entirety of the series. It ain't happening. But the Knicks are who they thought they were. I just don't have. I know what I'm getting from Brunson. I don't know what I'm getting from Cat. If Cat doesn't come out and have the second half that he had tonight, Knicks lose. Knicks lose because as bad as the Pacers were shooting throughout the entire night, they held the lead for the majority of the game. As bad as they were shooting, Cat just kind of just drifted and drifted. You got Thunder Pacers Gator. You got Thunder. You got okay. Did a choke jaw and I'm not going to say he choked. Listen, my expectations for Anunoby and Bridges, I expect them to be more focused on, and I'm surprised they haven't put more of an emphasis on this, more on the defensive end. But I get it. You're paying them guys big money. They got to score. I just don't. Yeah, I'm not, hanging my hopes on them guys having, great shooting nights. I just don't, that's not how this Knicks team is operating. But if Cat can come out and give you what he gave you tonight, we might be having your Knicks. Rudy might be heard. Speed Greens. Oh man, I forgot to do this, man. I'm tripping. I've got to put this at I like to put this at the thing and pin it. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. But yes, I'm very I'm enjoying the Eastern Conference more than the Western Conference, just for the simple fact the officiating has been what has been like, 90s, 80s type ball. Let them, dig in a little bit more defensively. Western Conference first 2 games, I was not, the flailing and the flopping. Come on, man. This is the Western Conference Finals, man. You're supposed to be battling and all of that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not feeling it. Little bit of what I want to do. No, I'm just gonna kind of go into it because we had this conversation last week with the good brother Speak Greasy. He was gonna have his top 10 without LeBron, and I was gonna have mine without without Mike. Which we, like I said earlier in the show, you can't have a top 10 without having either one of those guys in that group. But I found something for the good brother Speak Greasy, because he was up here singing the good praises of the Dream, Hakeem Olajuwon, and how he was in his top 10. I found this clip. Let me see if I can pull it up right now. Found this clip. And I just want to play this real quick, to kind of, for those who don't know who the hell Olajuwon is, and I don't think it's anybody in this chat, but if you catch it on the replay, you don't know who the Dream is and what kind of player he was. I found this brief highlight clip, and I'm just going to share it and let Speak Greasy bask in the glow of the Dream.
To Hakeem, Thompson stays with him. Now the collapsing defense. Hakeem, whoa! I thought he had to get rid of it.
15-footer short. Rebound, Olajuwon.
Good play by Kareem. Spriggs loses the ball. His second turnover. Ball to
Wiggins takes it inside. This is Olajuwon with a post. The quick bounce to Hakeem. Hakeem. Olajuwon trying to post up Shays. There it is. Turns baseline.
52 seconds. Lewis Lloyd open court. Olajuwon slam dunk for 2.
The Celtics use a lot of time in the back court.
By Olajuwon. Gets an easy bucket.
Olajuwon with a rebound and got it.
Hitting them 2 or 3 times this year at the Mecca.
Nice turnaround move by Olajuwon.
Barrett. McRae. Stuffed in by Olajuwon.
What mix is created.
That's 5 for Sampson. Watch out. Olajuwon will take this home.
It's an effective play, but he kind of ignores the
Down and he's going to be the Messiah.
Olajuwon.
McRae, challenged by Brains, gets it to Olajuwon. Double turnaround move, fires a 14-footer good.
Olajuwon posts on the left. Ball knocked loose, picked up by Hakeem. He'll try it. He'll hit it.
Get in there.
Takes it in. Misses. Shades. Has it blocked by Olajuwon. Wiggins has it. Back up.
Marcus Johnson inside, turning, putting it up. Blocked by Hakeem. He got all for Hakeem. Right side. Here's Edwards driving a baseline. Blocked by Olajuwon. Just
Wiggins over Donaldson. Not going to make it. Rebound Olajuwon.
John Lucas, one-on-one. Eaton comes over, and Olajuwon put down. Up to Lloyd. To Olajuwon. Drives on Mashburn. Olajuwon with a
Olajuwon with one move, one way.
He'll go to Drexler. Looking in, load on Olajuwon. Spin across the middle. Jump hook, good.
Still mystified that he couldn't hit. Oh!
Olajuwon to the football field. And Olajuwon's going to get it behind the back. Fox not guarding anybody. Now he's finally, there's Olajuwon taking it to the middle. Little fake, puts up the jumper. Yes! Olajuwon out high. Little fade away. Oh! Flings it into Hakeem. He got it! Olajuwon wins the game! Olajuwon wins the game! Oh, a miracle shot. Second the wing. Misses again. Olajuwon down to Drexler. 360, Drexler! Oh, baby! Timeout you call. Listen to the call.
All right, I'm back. Put myself back up on the screen. I'm back. All right. Gator says Dreams in your top 3. Okay. Okay. Somebody else is sipping the Kool-Aid. My therapist said I should participate in the top 5 to debate. Listen. I hear y'all. I hear you. Yeah, he essentially on guard. Listen, a conversation we had about him last week was if you have Elijah out of your top 10, fine. He's an all-time player. He's just not in my top 10. But I just thought, Kool-Aid, sipping the Kool-Aid. Yeah, you let Speak Greasy sway you a little bit. You're supposed to be on team dots always, Gator. Unless it's like football season, you're supposed to be on team dots. I'm the man that pays. This I'm a brand. You bugging. I'm just saying. You've been here from day one. Don't let Speak Greasy come in and sway you from what has been a winning formula. Come on now. Come on. Now just think about all the parlays and money you've made by listening to me on a weekly basis, make my sports picks and predictions. Like a fountain. You're delusional too. All right, but here we go. I have my list. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget it. So my challenge was to come up with a list without Mike. Top 10 all time. And these are in no particular order. I don't want folks to be like, well, how you got that person number one? There are no particular order. But this is my top 10. I have LeBron. I have Kobe. I got Magic. I got Kareem. That's 4. Okay, hold on. Speak Greasy, what's happening, man?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let me get my 10 out. No,
I ain't going for the 10 yet. We ain't going for the 10 yet. Not that, but
okay.
Ain't no way, Lodge wasn't. Ain't it? You was being real blasphemous last week to my main man, and you had people in the chat. Where Unc at? We're Uncle talking that shit about big lies too, man. Y'all was out of pocket. That man was crazy.
Listen, I had to, I stumbled across this, and that's how the algorithm works. Listen, these motherfuckers be listening to the show, but it came up on my algorithm. I said, you know what? Let me put this into the show for people who are not familiar or who have forgot how good Elijah Wan is. Listen, he's just not my top 10.
Dang,
not my top 10.
That's just like Brian ain't in my top 10. I guess we.
Yeah, but we all know that Bron and Mike, and in your case, Elijah Wan is in your top 10, which is crazy. But Bron and Mike is definitely top 10. But I'm gonna give you my 10. Now I left Mike off the list on purpose.
Right. We understand he's in your top 10, but
Well, Gator says MJ ain't in her top 10.
What? Gator, wow. Gator just want to be confrontational.
Okay, Gator. Since you in the chat, I'm curious to see who you have in your top 10, Gator, because I'll definitely take a listen to it, whatever. But I got LeBron, I got Cole, I got Magic, I got Kareem, I got Wilt, I got Duncan, I got Russell, I got Bird, I got Shaq, and I got Curry.
Yeah, we got pretty much the same people, minus Brian. For me, I put KD in there.
Ooh.
You had Curry. I just threw KD in there because he's a dangerous dude. Not for the rings and all of that, but he's a matchup night. He was a matchup nightmare when he was in his prime, bro.
I hear you. I hear you. And KD is, you can make an argument for KD top 10, one of the greatest scorers this league has ever seen. I just couldn't put him over Curry. When I look at like the past 20 years, it's hard for me to say KD is over Curry. Because you talk about dangerous, Curry's range is, starts from when he gets in the gym.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna argue with that because Curry don't get enough credit anyway. Like he got kids on his outside shooting from half court. Like, what is you doing?
Curry had everybody thinking that I'm a shooter. Because the NBA has always had marksmen from deep. I mean, but this guy puts up shot, and the releases is so quick, and you got to damn near guard him from half court.
No, you have to. But see, when we talk about that, you're talking about like like players who actually affected the game in that kind of way. And I ain't taking nothing from Brian, but he didn't affect the game in that type of way. Like change something about it. Like they.
Okay. A Gator, she says Wilt and Russell played tomato cans making the top 10. Oh, okay. I hear you, Gator.
It's not like that.
I hear you, Gator. And she says, if you weren't alive and aware when they played and you name them, automatic disqualification. I hear you, Gator.
Gator cannot get away with that because unlike today's people who talk about basketball, we actually researched these guys and saw how they played. Like, well, we ain't see that, but we saw Kareem. We didn't see Russell, but we saw them rings. And so they had to make it.
Yeah, and I got a reason why I put Wilt and Russell on there. Wilt, this for the offensive impact. I mean, you talking about a lot of records that'll never be touched in this league. And just leave off the fact that he, as a big man, led the league in assists back in the 70s. On top of being a dominant rebounder, and think about the stats they wasn't counting back then. And you look at Russ, the defensive linchpin of championship team. He wasn't asked to score. That wasn't his role. But I think Bill Russell could have went out there and put up 25 a night in that era. Come on, man.
Yeah, and he was going up against Wilt. Like he had to guard Wilt. Like that's your guy. We ain't switching or nothing. That's it wasn't no zone back then. So yeah, he had to deal with Wilt, keep him from scoring 90.
Well, I'd say LeBron is the essence of basketball. I would agree with that,
No, Unc, you gonna have to hit this link. You called that man the essence.
But when you think about it, if you had to, listen, if you had to build a player that could play in any era on any team, I'd be hard pressed to not pick LeBron.
No, man, he's not that. He got the most turnovers out of anybody in the league ever. He's not a good free throw shooter. Not good from outside of 3 feet. You can't say no. We're not going to call him the essence of nothing.
I'm with Unc on this one. I mean, if you had to build a prototype player,
somebody who just started to learn how to shoot threes at the age of 49.
All right. Okay, speak. Let's not go there. It wasn't like Mike had range when he came in the league.
We seen Mike hit 5 threes in the championship and put his hands up like running past Cliff Robinson. Like we all remember that. He was a scoring machine. He's going to score hook or crook. But Brian, again, outside of 3 feet. What's his shooting percentage? It's like 30-something%. That's disgusting. And he's your prototype? He the essence?
Speak, you sound like Skip Bayless, bro. Gator says you sound like Skip Bayless up here. Like, listen, and it's like the like I said last week. This is the nasty part of having this discussion about both of these guys or anybody on the top 10. It's like you nitpicking at greatness.
We're not nitpicking at Brian. We talking about glaring deficiencies. He's just strong. He don't got no go-to move, no signature move, just barrel his way to the basket, because he 250. Bird, you think of the turnaround. Jordan, you think of the high flying. The other guys, you think of defense. Maybe you might think of a chase down block with Brian, but that's it. No signature, and so he can't be the.
I mean, but hold up, but attacking the basket. You said outside of 3 feet, attacking the basket. Who he attacks the basket better than Mike?
Who?
LeBron.
What?
Yeah.
No. You out of pocket.
No.
We talking about the air show.
It's like
His
Shaq.
airness.
He's like Shaq with more speed. Who's standing in front of LeBron when he's coming down the lane? Come on, we not doing this speed. We're not doing this.
You said he attacked the basket better than Mike.
When he wants to put his head out into the basket, who's stopping
him? Well, he don't attack no basket better than no damn Mike. We ain't doing that. When Mike they said Mike would hang in the air for like 9 seconds. LeBron just run people over because he's physically stronger than everybody.
LeBron is power. Mike is flair. I mean,
so that means your boy can't be the essence without a bag. That was a bad statement by Unc. And another bad statement I heard came from Rich Paul this week, talking about the LeBron antlers is platinum and maybe Jordan's is gold. First of all, goats ain't got antlers. They got horns. And you got this motherfucker on TV saying stupid shit, trying to defend this man. What?
I mean, listen, you and then like I said, this is the nasty part of having this discussion. Like,
because we shouldn't be having it. Mike is Mike.
Here's the thing: when you people say I prefer LeBron over Mike, and you don't have to nitpick Mike game, but a lot of people, LeBron is the GOAT. For a lot of people, LeBron is the GOAT. I can understand why.
How? We're discrediting all the winning clutch plays and all that for a dude who's 4-10 in the championship. That is horrible.
That's semantics, man. That's semantics. Like you don't want to, I don't like getting into stats and like when you watch you can't tell me, for some people, LeBron is the best player.
No way. See, no. See, that's where y'all got it wrong. Because now y'all want to just get rid of stats and get rid of everything else.
But it's not. It's because when it's like you 4-10 in the finals. Like, how many finals did he get to in a row? Like, how many cats?
He was losing. He didn't start winning until he went to a super team and teamed up with everybody else.
You had KD, who you have in your top 10, who had to run the Golden State to beat that man.
He did that. After Bron, though. After Bron took his talents to South Beach. You turn on your home team and say, I'm leaving y'all to go play with them. That is disgusting. If Mike would have came to play with the Celtics or the Lakers, like Boy said, he'd have had 15 chips. If he would have, that's right.
LeBron is from the era of the AAU, man. Them cats is, I'm loyal and am dying by the friend. That's still, those are few and far between.
No, but that's your home team. They drafted you. You grew up there and you ran.
And that
is disgusting.
And they sucked without him.
Because ain't nobody want to come play with him. That's why. They said, look, if I go play with this guy, he going to have me standing in the corner. Ain't happening. I'm not doing that. That's why he put a bunch of also-rans that can shoot so he can, just facilitate. That's all.
I mean, but you got like Mike Carey bums and one champion. He played with Hall of Famers his goddamn self.
Who? What, Scotty? Yeah.
He's a Hall of Famer, correct?
Yeah. But it ain't like they was.
Rodman's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, but Rodman wasn't a guy who was going to make you a championship contender. He was a rebounder.
Speak. We're not doing that.
So now Rodman good for 30 and 30. Rodman was averaging like 10 points.
And how many rebounds a game was it? League leading rebounder. For how many years, Speak? We not doing this, Speak. We not doing this.
He would get you some boards, but if he's not on a team with a supreme score, Rodman ain't doing nothing for you but grabbing boards. That's it.
Speak. I you know what? This glazing of the Michael Jordan narrative is just beyond me. Had Phil Jackson as his head coach.
Phil Jackson's a good coach. Definitely, Phil Jackson definitely a good coach.
How many of them rings Phil got?
Phil got all the rings. Phil got a ton of rings.
Only got 11 of them.
But Phil wasn't no good coach until he got Mike. Now we're not gonna act like Phil was just out there coaching and winning chips before Mike. He ain't win nothing before Mike.
Mike wasn't winning before he got Phil. We not. It's you can't have one without the other. Speak.
I didn't say that, but y'all bringing it up like Michael Jordan made Phil with what he was, because you can run that triangle with Jordan. Wasn't nobody else running that but them, and he had Mike to be able to run it.
He had a triangle with Shaq and Kobe. We not.
Yeah, that's the next Mike, and he had a Shaq. Like that's you can run it with them, of course. You got Kobe. He's the next best thing to Mike.
It's like instead of this acknowledging LeBron's greatness, you got to kick.
No, I'm not
in nitpick.
No, he's not. He's not the GOAT, though. That's the thing. You can't call that man the GOAT and he the choke. Angrily. Yeah.
I just can't understand the logic of these Mike Glazers. Like,
so Mike not the GOAT now. We just gonna hand it to LeBron with his 3 bullshit ass championships. One of them, he got to thank Ray Allen for hitting that 3. He wasn't nowhere near in none of them. Hold up, wait. He wasn't nowhere near in none of them plays when Ray Allen saved the day. Right or wrong? Where was LeBron at? Watching Ray Allen shoot. Where was he at in Golden State? Hold on, I ain't done. Where was he at in Golden State when Kyrie Irving hit the 3? He was just sitting there watching. So he got 2 chips that he was saved by other people, and y'all calling him the GOAT.
So we're just going to ignore Steve Kerr and John Paxson hitting big time shots in the finals.
Well, see, Mike was
We're just gonna gloss over that fact, huh? Like those highlights didn't happen, huh?
No, that's because Mike was drawing so much attention.
Oh.
You know, everybody said where the ball was going. It was going to Mike, and they was like, we tricked y'all, and he threw it over there to some also rans. John Paxson and Steve Kerr was lifelong bums. We not gonna act like they was big time shooters like that. Mike threw it to them guys and they made a shot.
Yeah, you're right, man. Debating Jordan fans is like talking to MAGA. Just you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win.
Listen, I'm not a Jordan fan. I'm a Bird Kobe guy. But I can't allow this glazing of LeBron to go unchecked.
It's not glazing. It's just acknowledging. Like I can acknowledge that I can say, Kobe was a better player than LeBron. I don't have to knock LeBron to say, that's not a knock. Like for me, you was just a better player. I can see why people would pick LeBron as their GOAT.
Kobe was a better player than LeBron. More rings, better skill set. Now Kobe is your prototypical with the Unc call him the effervescence of basketball.
He calls him the essence. Like listen,
he calls him the essence.
I just don't understand. Like when people discuss LeBron and just acknowledging he's great and just acknowledging that for what it is. It's like you gotta find a way to knock him down. If someone says he's number one, he's number one. I'm not gonna sit here. If you have Olajuwon in your goddamn top 10, who am I to argue? Like. He's a great player. I can see, maybe in alternate universe he would make my top 10. He's not in mine, but you can't go wrong. I can't say Olajuwon's a bum because he didn't win X amount of championships because he played, doing it. Jordan. He wouldn't have won championships if Jordan not retired. I don't make that argument. That's what LeBron haters do when they talk about LeBron.
Well, it wasn't nobody in LeBron's way when he was losing them championships. He was losing because he couldn't get it done. There wasn't nobody in his way. There was no Mike in the league. He was just losing.
So
correct?
He wasn't losing to those championship level Celtics teams. They had to go put a big three together to stop LeBron in the East.
It wasn't to stop LeBron because Bron kept losing. We just was like we trying to stop people out west, not LeBron. He ain't win nothing, huh?
All right, listen, it's like talking to MAGA. It's like talking to a Trumper. All right, you not going to win.
No, because y'all want everybody to bend the knee to LeBron, and there's nothing there. He's 4-6.
Okay. He's in your top 10. Let me ask you this: he's in your top 10.
Yeah, he's in my top 10.
What do you have him at? If you had to rank him, where is he at in your top 10?
He's not overburdening them. Nah, he would probably be like 7, 6 or 7. But yeah, because again, when you name those guys, you know something that they did. When you name Brian, you can't say nothing. But I'm taking my talent to South Beach. Yo, that what made me go right there. Yo.
That 3-1 in the finals never been done.
Yo.
3-1 in the finals.
And who hit the shot? Wasn't him.
Listen, he doesn't chase down Iguodala. Kyrie shot means nothing.
Nah. Nobody talks about Kyrie making that 3 over Steph Curry for the win.
It doesn't matter if he
it does matter because while LeBron ain't say, nah, give me the ball, he knew better because he ain't won it. He's sitting up there bitching at, and what's the boy that J.R. Smith being all demonstrative for about a game going into overtime. This guy's no GOAT. He's a joke.
Now he's talking about Kyrie taking it and LeBron didn't want it. I mean, but why do we know who Steve Kerr and John Paxson are? Because Mike didn't want to take the shot. He made the right basketball play. See how the narrative goes?
First of all, we got footage about like twice on 2 of them championships of Mike taking the last shot.
Why do we know who Paxson and Kerr are? Why do we know who Paxson and Kerr are?
Because they played with Mike. He turned them into legends. Where the hell is Boobie Gibson?
Oh, Mike didn't hit those threes. They did.
Yeah, but why? Why were they open? Because Mike was on the court.
Oh,
they had to load up. They had to load up on that side of the court. Like, do not let Mike get nowhere. Load it up. Lead him to open.
It's like talking to a Trumper. It's like talking to a Trumper.
Oh, so they just so happened to get open because they were so great. We're talking about John Paxson and Steve Kerr.
Mike made I could say Mike made the right basketball play, but if LeBron was to pass the ball, he was scared of the moment.
Yeah,
take Kyrie for that. Like, come on.
Definitely, Brian is definitely scared of the moment, and y'all know it. Y'all know it. Where's his game winning? What is his defining moment in the NBA? What is it? I wait. Getting his son in the league. What's his defining moment? What is his defining moment? Going to Miami? Like, explain to me what's his signature moment right now.
3-1 in the finals. If I on a dime like that, 3-1 in the finals. Signature moment.
What?
3-1 in the finals.
3-1 in the fun. So that's it. That's his signature moment right there. A moment that he didn't shoot the ball.
3-1 in the finals against a team that won NBA record 73 games that year.
Right. But he didn't shoot the last shot.
Can Mike say the same?
Mike wasn't never down 3-1 in the finals.
Let's be real clear. I can make an argument that Sean Kemp was the most valuable player in that playoff series, in that finals against the Bulls.
And Sean Kemp was a dog, but Mike was probably averaging like 39, bro. Like you look at his playoff averages, you know Mike turned up. Mike turned up, man. He'd be averaging like 39, man. And can you imagine if Mike was playing in an era like today where we shoot 53s a night? Mike would have been averaging like 50. He shot like 2 3-pointers a game, maybe 1, because of the way the game was played. You imagine if he played like that today? He'd be averaging 50.
Yeah, this is bad. This is what you get when you get the Glazers. You get the
So,
Glazers.
first of all, y'all trying to say Bron is the GOAT and he just up jumped Kobe, and Kobe got more rings. What is we doing?
I mean, how do we keep coming back to rings when Russell got more than every fucking body? Is he
Yeah,
not
but
the GOAT then?
Russell wasn't hooping like Mike.
Oh, see, here we go with the excuses. Here we go with this. Like that's why I don't like break it up. Like when
All
you
right, okay, all right. So now winning in rings don't count. So how the hell are you the GOAT? And we never said nobody was the GOAT that never won a championship or was super successful. We ain't never said that at all. You had to have the stats or something to be considered the GOAT. Am I right or wrong?
Kareem was the all-time leading scorer. Kareem got 6 rings. Kareem's got 6 MVPs.
Okay.
Your argument is what for Mike?
So we not saying that Kareem to go. We saying Bron to go. You naming a bunch of guys with way more accomplishments than Bron, but he to go. This is how it is when you argue with a LeBron fan. You start naming people 10 times better than him with way more accomplishments, but no, he the GOAT though. Yup, that what made him the GOAT right there.
You can't win with the MAGA Jordan crowd. You can't win.
No, see, this is you and Unc. You and Unc trying to jump me right now, and it's not working.
Don't let him switch. Listen, he backs himself to the corner all the time. Then he comes out like, yeah, LeBron this. Like, listen, if you don't have LeBron and your number one, he's not your GOAT. Fine, but I don't. You don't have to pick his game to make him feel less than the reason why he doesn't qualify for your GOAT. I just don't understand.
He don't qualify for the GOAT because first of all, again, they up jumped the boogie on Kobe. How in the world did he surpass? He's not even a better player than Kobe. So how the hell is he Mike? How the hell is he in a conversation with Mike when Kobe is the closest thing we seen to Mike? How does this conversation take place? That boy got 4 chips, 3 chips, and 1 bubblegum ring. But he's the GOAT?
Now we call it a championship is a championship. I mean,
man, that championship was ass in the gym. They got an AAU championship.
Do we put an asterisk by Tim Duncan's ring in the strike shortened season? Do we put an asterisk by it? No, you went out on the court and you won a championship.
We could, but we not talking about Tim Duncan, another guy that's more accomplished than your man's over there. We know what's Tim Duncan known for? The bank shot, Mr. Fundamental. Where is LeBron? You still ain't told me his signature joint. You talking about 3-1.
Hold on, because you don't come up here too often. Hey, Gator, how you doing?
Oh, shoot, Gator up here. My bad. I was looking at the chat. Go ahead, Gator. You trying to jump me too?
First of all, good evening, gentlemen. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Loud and clear.
Sorry to interrupt this illuminating barbershop conversation of this extremely tired topic of who cares. It's just I recognize what this is, but the basketball fan in me cannot just sit back and allow these ridiculous points that both of you all are making, respective to who you both feel are the GOATs. I feel like these arguments are undermining why both of them are GOATs. And it's very unfortunate that you all are kind of making each other's points about the other. But
we do though.
Of course, I understand. I recognize that's the brand. That's what you do. That's why the show's a hit. That's why I'm here for it. That's why I'm up here.
So who you GOAT, Gator?
My GOAT?
Oh yeah, your GOAT. Brad Daugherty?
I don't have a GOAT.
You say Brad Daugherty.
No, of course not. No, I don't have a GOAT. I just have players that I'm very big fans of and players that I've observed that I feel have elevated or transformed or changed the game. And that is, that if I had to bestow a GOAT-like status upon players, that's as far as I'm willing to go. I think there are GOATs of different eras. I don't think there is a GOAT of basketball. That's why I think your arguments are futile because LeBron and MJ are both GOATs. And I'm not a fan of either one of them all particularly, but I am objective and I can be fair. And I can acknowledge that in their respective eras, they are their GOATs.
Nah, you're not. You no. We
got
ain't doing errors. We not doing errors.
We are
It's,
absolutely doing
it's
errors.
only room in this pen for one goat.
There's not. Okay, if that was the case, basketball would be a one-man sport, but it's not.
No, it is a one man sport. You got
It is
every
not.
team got a great
It is,
player. It's not
it
no
is
team
not.
full of bums
There
can
are
win anything.
there are individual accolades that someone can earn in a team sport.
MVP is most valuable player, not most
Now we're
valuable
talking
team.
MVPs. First it was rings, then it was who got the most points. Now it's got the most steals, who had the most turnovers. Now what's next? Who had the most shoe deals? Like what are we doing? Like
That would
nobody
be Mike.
understands. I mean, it would be Mike, but I mean, still, there are like was Mike so great that he was? I mean, there are players that have been bestowed, best two-way. Mike's never been bestowed best two-way. So what are
Mike
we
was
talking
all
about?
defensive team all the time. You gonna stop
What's
that right
all
now?
the time? What is all the time?
A lot.
Really? Did he do it at 40?
At 40. Mike said I ain't gotta play till 40. I took 2 years off to play baseball and came back. It was still
Right.
cooking.
He still cooked, right?
Let me see LeBron go play
He
baseball.
was putting him out as a wizard. You right about that, right? Oh yes.
We ain't talking about the Wizards. We strictly y'all always trying to move the goalpost to the Wizards. Well, what'd he do at 40? What'd he do at 40?
Did
Y'all
he do it at
disgusting.
40? Do you think he would? I mean, truly. You want to disqualify his wizard years. I don't know why MJ fans want to act like them years didn't exist because they absolutely did. And then,
But nobody expected Mike to come back and win championships at 40. We was happy to see him come back though.
we were
was like,
happy to see him come back.
right.
This is what we're doing now.
They
We were
forget about them
happy.
Piston years. They forget about them Piston
I
years.
mean, I have IT in my top 10. Like, while we keeping it a bean, like I mean, but that's neither here nor there. But
IT.
yeah,
Who IT? Isaiah Thomas?
yes.
Which one?
The one that was beating up on MJ for them 2 back-to-back years with Bad Boy. Them two.
It wasn't him. That was Joe Dumars locking Mike down. Stop. That was Joe Dumars and them beating down on Mike.
All right. You right.
Somebody was locking down the goat.
Right.
Did you
Yeah, okay. Dumars was clamping up MJ. Okay. I didn't realize goats could get clamped up. But okay. All right.
Let me rephrase that. Hold on. He wasn't beating. He wasn't locking down Mike because when you go check the stats, Mike was averaging like 35. They just made it tough for the guy. That's all. You know what I mean?
You said clamped. You said clamped. Speak.
You said clamped. Speak. Like you cannot. We hear you. You can't change it up in mid argument. That's not what we doing. Okay.
Why y'all jumping me though? Like
nobody's jumping you.
Y'all jumping me for LeBron. That's what this is. And where's Unk?
No, because we're gonna get to LeBron in a minute. We're gonna get to LeBron in a minute because you were right speaking your assessment. Now it took him a while to get over that hump and finally win, and he had to leave from his home team to do it. And there is something there, and that bubblegum ring definitely doesn't count.
Oh, come on. We come on.
Yeah, there we go, Gator. Cook.
I already know. Like I'm not giving that bubblegum ring no shine. I'm not giving the Celtics last year no shine.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I am nothing if not consistent. A lot of nonsense tonight. Talking about the role players were not impactful on these respective the role players absolutely are important to these quote unquote GOAT conversations because MJ does not get them rings without Scotty. I don't care what anybody says. He does not get them without Scotty.
He don't.
He doesn't. And for whether it was one shot in one game in the playoffs, in the regular season, whatever, Mike arguably was the benefactor of galactic talent, unquestionably, but the luckiest son of a gun in the same regard that he got an outstanding supporting cast. Both runs for the Bulls in the 90s. So like let's be real. But back to LeBron.
All right,
now,
let's get it.
I will say if we're talking about LeBron, I'm not gonna cook him today because I cook him all the time. I was a LeBroom, I was a LeFlop, I was a LeSwept, I was all, you know.
This is normal work for me. Go ahead, Gator.
I was. I will say though, in terms of observing their overall evolution, I feel like LeBron's basketball IQ has grown more than Mike. Mike already had high
What
basketball
IQ? Where's y'all talking
You
about this IQ that he got? I hear that a
he
lot.
has
He
high
remembered to
IQ.
play from a game he just played in. I remember plays from high school that I did,
His
and
his
I'm not a
IQ
savant. Like, come on,
his
what's the
IQ
IQ?
his IQ was arguably from where he started to where he is now. Speak to not to deny that is just being a hater. And I
No,
had
no,
higher
no.
hopes
Oh,
for you
wait
than
a
that.
minute, Gator. Let me make this
Higher
point.
hopes for you than
Hold
that.
on, Gate. Let me make this point. When your usage rate is 90% and
Are we
been that
doing
way
usage
since you
rate? Oh
came in the
God.
league, you're going to be able to make plays because your usage rate is high. That's why he has the most turnovers out of any player ever. Ever. But his IQ is so high. It's not Magic Johnson. It's not John Stockton. Those guys had high IQ because they don't lead the NBA in turnovers. But
Is LeBron
LeBron
top
do.
10 in assists? Is LeBron top 10 in assists?
Huh?
Let me go
Is
look
he?
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Yeah, I think LeBron's top 10
Yes.
in assists. What
He's
say
top
you,
10
Sneak?
in I mean
But
he's top 10 in all categories.
he
Probably
top 10 in assists
now.
and he leads the league in turnovers.
I mean, you guys played going on what 22 years?
Well,
At
he
this high
got
of a
more
level,
turnovers than Kareem. Kareem played 20 years.
at this high level. I mean, come on, Speak.
So now we excusing bad plays.
Nobody's excusing bad plays. It's just an observation with it's called the eye test. You have eyes, right? You use them all the time, right? Every day. You looking
Speaks
at stuff.
blind.
Yeah,
Speaks
yeah.
blind.
No,
I mean,
I'm not blind, but
you
y'all
blind to
talking this
some stuff.
IQ stuff and can't explain to me why his IQ high.
His IQ. Okay, it is very evident that you're not going to cede any ground on this conversation point. That's fair.
No, LeBron is
You
a
are
great player,
using.
but we not going to bestow accolades on him that don't belong.
He earned his accolades. What do you mean he don't belong?
And so he got the highest IQ in basketball you ever seen.
No, I did not say that. See, now you're selectively listening. I did not say that. I said between MJ and LeBron, he has obviously grown exponentially in his basketball IQ. Mike's was already high. LeBron had to grow into his. That to me is evidence that this is somebody who's actually spent time in his craft, has gotten better at it, and he's accumulated the stats and the accolades to go there.
What accolades?
I don't know, some championships, some MVPs, all
A couple of them.
NBA. I don't know, always number one in MVP, always number one in All-Star vote. I don't know, whatever you want to quantify is that. I mean, I said in the chat, Robert Horry got 6 rings. Would you put him ahead of Kobe, LeBron, or Michael Jordan?
No.
Right? Why not?
Hell no.
Because he was a role player. He did one thing. He shot three.
He got more rings than Kobe Bryant
But
and LeBron James.
he wasn't the leading guy. He probably had 3 points in all of the rings that he got.
Okay.
He hit the one shot that made it. He was a big shot maker, but no, he's not in any conversation.
Right? Big Shot Bob. That's his moniker. He earned that because of the shots that he takes. Now,
And where is LeBron? Where is LeBron?
Robert Horry doesn't hit those shots in those series. Do those teams still win do those teams still win championships?
Probably not, because they was big shots.
Oh. Okay. All right. See, now that's being objective. I can appreciate that. But see, this is what happens. Because if somebody has more rings than somebody else, that doesn't necessarily quantify them as being greater or more generational or more dominant or any of those things. Right? AI don't have no rings, but who you putting over him?
AI was a dog, man.
Who are we putting over AI? Like, I am more fascinated by those what ifs, those guys who got there, never quite got over the hump, but are still generational. I would argue that the guys who don't have them are more generational or more important to basketball than the guys that don't. Or that
AI was a generational player because he had something. LeBron just played for generations. He's not. When you think of
LeBron keeps
AI,
going
you
left.
think of the braids and the crossover. All right.
Listen, is it not impressive though to play for decades?
Yeah, I mean, look, the boy never got hurt, and that's great. And he played at a high level. I'm not calling him a bum. I'm just saying he don't qualify for a GOAT status just because you played for a long time. It don't, because if you wasn't winning that whole time, it don't matter. You gotta sit down somewhere. If the narrative on you is he needs help, he needs help. They never said Bird needs help. They never said Magic needs help. They never said Mike needs help.
They said that
They
about
ain't
Mike.
never said Mike need help. They never said that. He was just getting his ass whipped. They say he gotta figure it out. What?
He needed help. Speak. We not doing that.
A lot of help. Yes, you can't do that. You're right. Now, I don't want
But
people
listen,
back
it
talking,
wasn't
but
the
you can't do
narrative.
that.
Every team LeBron been on, he needs help. He got 19 All-Stars with him. Oh, he need a little bit more help.
The media. That's the media, man. That's the media. Let's call it what it is. That's the media pushing that narrative. Like,
So why they saying he always need help? Because he can't do it. He's not a leader. He's a job turkey. He's the best Robin ever.
Oh my Lord.
That's right. I said it. Hot take.
Robin. You can't even say that for real and mean it. Like, I know what this is hilarious. I mean, I recognize there's a holiday.
He said it for shock value.
Yes. Y'all said I'm controversial. Speak is the king contrarian of all areas, of all places where he exists, and that's cool. He wears it well because it's egregious, it's outrageous, it's irresponsible, and he know it. So at this point, that I can't do nothing but respect it. Like,
no, I'll take it back. He's not a Robin, but he's. I mean, if you got all them goats to pick from, you're not picking him first pick. You just won't. You're gonna be like, give me Mike or give me Kobe.
Second or third? Second or third?
Somewhere on the team we got a spot for him, but he's nobody's first pick. Why?
Oh my goodness.
Why would he be your first pick over Mike and Kobe? Why? What's he going to give you that those guys ain't? They got the rings, they got the killer mentality, and they don't need no help.
Oh God, I can't speak.
Paul Gasol was also ran, turned him into a champion. Who the hell is Paul Gasol? That boy that was playing with Kobe, that Kobe dragged the two in a row.
He was an all-star before he came. Speak, we not doing.
Hold up. So you trying to tell me Paul Gasol is going to change the fortunes of your team?
He was an all-star. He changed the life for the Lakers. Come on.
That's because Kobe was there, bro.
Hall of Fame players. Speak like the shit on all these Hall of Fame players that played.
Paul Gasol Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Yes.
When he get in?
Oh my goodness.
He's in the Hall of Fame. Seriously. Paul Gasol.
Yes. Tony Parker's in the Hall of Fame.
Tony Parker was a winner. Tony Parker was a bad boy, but Paul Gasol, he can't be in the Hall of Fame. He only known for playing alongside Kobe.
Paul Gasol is in
he
the
made it this year, isn't he? Or 2024, 3? It was
23.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Paul, you got in. You know who to thank for that.
Listen, we recognize. Listen, this war of attrition that you're fighting is impressive. Is one of the things that I've always enjoyed when you two be bantering because it's so ridiculous. It's almost who's gonna tap out first. Who's going? He ain't tapping out tonight. So I mean, kudos to you, brother.
Deep down in your heart, y'all know he don't belong in the GOAT conversation. We're not saying he's not great, but he's not a GOAT.
If he's not a GOAT, then how is he great? Who's great and not a GOAT?
It's a lot of guys that's great and not a GOAT. They said, huh?
Like who? Who is your great but not a GOAT? LeBron, who else?
No, AI, great, but not a GOAT. Nobody would ever say he was a GOAT. But he was he was a generational talent, but that don't mean he was a GOAT.
He's not a GOAT. What are we defining as GOAT?
Bro, you got to win. Tom Brady wouldn't be the GOAT if he ain't win all them Super Bowls. He'd just be all right.
So winning is that's the only thing that constitutes the GOAT status for you?
You play to win the game. A great coach once said.
I got it, Herm, but what else constitutes GOATness?
Championships. Yes, championships is definitely a major part of the GOAT conversation. You cannot be a GOAT if you ain't got no chips. If Muhammad Ali wasn't the champ, we wouldn't be calling him the greatest. We'd be like, yeah, he was all right.
Okay, Mike got 6, LeBron got 4.
So how you gonna be a GOAT? And
well,
you ain't got more than the ball.
Well, hold on, speak, because I like to pull up stats.
Okay.
LeBron averaged more career rebounds, averaged more career assists, and shot better from the field and 3-point than Mike.
He shot better. Yeah, he shot better from the field because that's 3 feet and under. That's 3 feet. Outside of 3 feet, again, his stats will show he like 30%. Outside of 3 feet, that's a center stats, bro.
Speak talking about 3 feet. We're not doing that.
Outside of 3 feet
is 51% from the field.
Yeah, and then go to outside of 3 feet. It's 30%. That means all he do is dunk. Dunkity dunk.
Career 35% 3-point shooter. Let me pull up Mike's
that just happened. Mike was probably a 34, 35% 3-point, maybe 33.
I'm looking at like Mike had some years like 88, shot 13% from 3-point. Speak. I mean, what are we doing?
How many threes did he shoot? He probably shot like 6 threes. Teams was only averaging 10 threes a game back then. And that was a lot.
He shot 53 threes that season.
Okay. Or season. We see teams shoot 53 threes in a game. What we doing to get that stat out of here?
He shot his highest he shot 297 threes in the 96 season and only shot 37%.
200, that's not, we're only 37%. That's damn near 40%. The league average is what, 33% for a decent shooter from 3?
No, the decent is about 40. You want to be considered a shooter, about 40.
No, but that's like above average. But the league average got to be like 36%, maybe 35%. It's definitely not 40.
So we're just going to gloss over the LeBron shot a better field goal percentage. So we're just going to say it's just 3 feet, huh? 3 feet in a cloud of dust. That's what we doing. Speak.
Well, okay. So why he ain't got as many 40-point games and just past 30-point games for Mike, and he played 12 more seasons? Why? Why did it take him 20 years to do that? He just passed him. He got 9 more games than Mike.
Same reason Mike was not able to sustain what he did in Chicago and Washington.
So,
same reason. Diminishing returns.
But wait a minute, Gator. Mike took 2 years off to go play baseball in his prime. He would have still been winning. He won 3 and came back and won 3 more. 3-peat.
He won 3 more with an unbelievable supporting cast. Scotty didn't go nowhere.
Scotty knew he couldn't go nowhere. Scotty knew who put the bread on his butter, who put the butter on the bread.
And we not even talk about that.
He didn't get that and was going to leave because of it. So he signed a bad deal. But that's beside the point. Mike left a ready-made Ferrari, got out, and then got back in a Maserati. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, but
did he not do that?
Hall of Fame.
Right,
Rodman,
Tony Kukoc,
Hall of
right.
Fame.
Rodman, Hall of Fame. Robert Horry should be, but he won't be. But I'm like, so like he didn't get out of Maserati and get in a hoopty. Right, he didn't do that. He got right back into the swing of things. He would not have come back, as far as I'm concerned, if the team wasn't comprised of all them people in it to begin with.
Gator, they wasn't a Maserati until Mike got in the car. That's when it became a Maserati.
No, it became a Maserati.
It was just a Camry before Mike got there. Once Mike got there, it was a Maserati.
It was a Nissan Altima for many years while Mike was in it because he was drafted in there. So stop that. What happened is you got an owner that y'all don't respect alike that finally started investing in how to actually do this whole, I don't know, drafting thing. And he got some good guys to come around, and then he got a good coach to develop them. It was an embarrassment of riches that Mike stumbled onto in the 90s. He didn't come in there ready made because the Detroit Pistons had him on his.
Hold on.
Like that.
He said clamped, right? Did Speak say clamped? I think
Clamped.
he said clamped.
Clamped.
Hey,
I didn't know back to backs could clamp you up, but okay. All right.
listen, we remember some of them games where Mike would go down there and get clotheslined by Lambeer and the gang. Like it was
I don't remember
different.
because Jordan fans don't remember. They
It
act
was
like
it was a rule called the Jordan rule. When the last time we had a LeBron rule? Oh, it is called load management. My bad.
Oh, now, hold
My
on.
bad.
You
Now
gotta put
you're
that on
going
quiet.
too
You gotta put
far.
that on quiet now. We
That's
ain't
too
putting that on.
that is. And hold on, don't you talk about putting nothing on no Kawhi either. Now
That's the Kawhi Leonard rule.
slow your roll because Kawhi is on his way. I mean, he could finish top 20 if he stay healthy. But anyways, that's beside the point.
Kawhi done.
He's not done.
He's
all right,
done, man.
he's not done. All right, we're not doing that. He's not done. Okay. Anyways, see this goalpost shaking you doing. Stay focused. All right.
Oh, all right, my bad.
You all over the place now. We talking about stuff that don't even matter because every time when you hear something you don't agree with, then you got to go change it. Oh, why you can't get 40 in 10 years? Why I took it 20? Like that
Yo,
doesn't
he
matter.
still didn't break Michael Jordan's record for most 40-point games.
Now we talking about records.
Why in the hell do Jordan still got that record and he ain't played in a decade?
Why does LeBron lead the league and why is his record not going? I mean, he scored the most points. That's a record. What are we talking about?
Yeah, he played long and he was healthy. Cool. He got it, but
it's a penalized being healthy and playing a long time. Now guys get penalized.
that got everything to do with it. If he suffered a couple injuries like everybody else, we'd be having a different conversations. But he's been playing at a high level for a long time, but he just not been winning. He just ain't been winning. He went out in the first round. He didn't even make the playoffs last year. Matter of fact, his last playoff appearances, he is 2-12, and we talking about he a GOAT. Wow.
They know LeBron stats, but we just gloss over them Washington years when they wasn't doing shit.
No, see, do y'all want to go? You always want to go to Washington.
He played in Washington.
We talking about prime. We talking about prime.
No. We are talking about the totality of careers. Okay,
2-12 in his last 14 playoff appearances. He's 2-12. This is a great Laker, and he's a GOAT. 2-12. Mike ain't went 2-12 ever. 2-12. Y'all explain that.
I mean, has LeBron ever got swept in the first round? Let me look up the stats. I don't think that has happened. That has happened to Michael Jordan. What say you, Speak?
We talking about that 2-12. His last 14 playoff appearances, he's 2-12.
Listen, Lakers have run up against some good teams. You run up against a generational talent like the Denver. Are we smoking?
No, you're not going to be able to get around that one, huh?
He didn't lose those games playing against himself. Like there were some like future Hall of Famers that he ran up into once he went over to the West. So like, what's why is that now all of a
player that went 2-12 in the playoffs? Name one.
Great players that went to the playoffs and never won. Like, what are we talking about?
Nobody ever went 2-12 that was on LeBron's level. None of them. You can't find one. That's a record. And it's going to get worse the longer he stays. 2-12.
Well, MJ knows, so he's telling that
KD probably ain't even been making the playoffs. Did they make the playoffs this year?
No, they didn't.
Man, they out of there. 2-12 though. Y'all just going to let that slide like that? That's cool and shit.
I mean, one of your top 10 choked 3-1. to Golden State. I mean, we just potatoes. Speak. We're not doing this.
Right.
Wait a minute. Wait. This is the severity of this. To win 2 games out of 12 is a lot of playoffs, and you're not winning. You won 2 games. That means you've been getting swept.
So does the fact that he's still competing in playoffs, is that like, couldn't he have just been like, one is maybe 2 in Miami, one more in Cleveland, and then we never see him in the playoffs again? Has he not been in more playoff series? Is that not indicative of him being a contributor to the teams having records to get them there?
Yeah. The boy good, just not good enough to win at this age. He's just hanging around at this point.
Oh, okay. All right.
He just hanging around. 2 and 12.
Right.
That's a stat you cannot get around.
Okay. So the fact that he's competing is, listen, the attrition thing don't matter to me. I don't gotta go work in the morning, so we can, but it's your show.
He's so good at 40, but he 2 and 12. That means he was ass 4 years ago.
They be finding stats from everywhere. They know all of LeBron's stats.
He's just hanging around.
A team that has won 3 in a row in how many decades?
Brian ain't never won 3 in a row.
Nobody. What's the last team to win 3 championships in a row? Like, it's easy.
Probably the Lakers.
Doing that now. Nobody.
Yeah.
So like is the discussion, were the players in the 90s and was the competition then? Why was it easy for them to do it then for the Bulls in the 90s, but why aren't teams able to do that now?
No, I think the last team was probably the Lakers and Shaq, right?
Yeah.
Yep. I think that was the last one. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
2 Hall of Famer, generational, top 10 players, and that's it. So, like, the game has changed to where even winning 3 in a row, when you're shooting 57 threes a night, flopping all the time, refs don't know how to officiate. Like, there's a lot of things that I'm not making the excuse for it, but I'm like, we can't. That's why you can't have this and then say, oh, he got them 6 rings and LeBron went 2 and 12. Like, it's a different game.
But the longer you play, the lower your ratio gets. The more shots you miss, the lower your percentage getting. The longer he sticks around, the further he gets away from the GOAT conversation.
I disagree.
I definitely disagree.
I disagree.
So is he prime blind now? Is it any championships in his future with him as the guy?
No, absolutely not.
I'm not going to say, come on, Gator, I'm a Lakers fan. I'm not going to say no. We got to do some retooling as the Lakers.
Hey, wait a minute. It's going to take a miracle. It's going to take Giannis and a bunch of other people to come over there to help that boy.
I mean, we can make. We are the Lakers.
I think Kyrie still wants to play with him, even though he still wants to play. He saw that foolishness in Dallas. He probably ready to get out from under that. Luka is in his prime. So if he gets a big, Giannis come out of California, he might have something. But LeBron is not going to be the reason why they win another one if they do. If he wins one, it's not going to be. I mean, he's still going to be the reason that everybody in the media is going to say gets it. But you really think he got another ring in him, Dots? You really think so?
I do.
Nah,
Right.
that's a Brian fan right there.
No, it's not even a Bron. This is all Laker talk right here, baby. Luka is getting in shape. Have you seen his IG? He's getting in shape. He's starting to work out. We get us a good big. We tried to get a big at the deadline, who I thought would have worked well with what we had. It didn't work out, and it cost us in that first round series against Minnesota because JJ didn't want to play Jackson Hayes. Get us a real big that can give me 14 and 8, 9 boards a game.
Damn, that's a lot. I don't know where you're going to find that at.
I mean, Dallas is going to have to make a decision on Gafford. Are you going to pay him Lively and Anthony Davis big money? I'm just saying, it's a move or two away to really be. And then Luka, like she said, Luka's in his prime. You're talking about a guy that's been in the MVP conversation on a regular basis.
Yeah, but Luka's never listen. Luka and LeBron are not getting any better on defense, and that's a problem.
Well,
So
you
you
have other guys that can cover for you.
oh, so
I
you
mean,
gonna sacrifice offense for defense because there's not a lot of good two-way players in the league that's like that. Most of these guys
I
get
mean,
picked on in the pick and roll.
Austin Reeves is a nice trade piece if you want to move on from him.
You're
He's a
gonna
nice.
have to. There's too many white boys on the team. Y'all got too many white guys.
I mean, we try to get rid of Dr. Connect. We can make this.
Y'all gonna have to get rid of Bronny too, because he ain't doing shit.
No, it's no dominant team in the league right now. There's no team that's like head and shoulders above everybody. I mean, look, you guys won the Medicaid championship last year. What are you
Oh
doing
my
now?
word! Now see, I'm not even in the mood.
That's a good one.
The Medicaid championship. That's
Everybody was at the
disrespectful.
hospital. Yeah, that was
I mean, look at your future in Boston. I mean, you're gonna have to make a decision. Drew Holiday could possibly be out the door. Porzingis could be out the door. You can't pay everybody.
Yeah, but we can part with guys because our core two guys are going to be around for a long time.
Speak, you still riding with the Celtics?
Yep. This year was tough, and then when Tatum tore that Achilles,
That was devastating.
it was over
No
with.
question.
It was over
That's
with.
that's a very I know he's gonna be all right, but it's gonna be different coming back from something like that.
They never come back the same though. They never come back the same.
They never come back the same. But
Well, he a jump shot shooter anyway, so hopefully, he can just make some jumpers and let Jaylen Brown take over. I don't know. I don't know.
You still have faith in Jaylen Brown? That's cute.
He's got bad wheels too.
Who, Jaylen Brown?
Yeah, he had a torn meniscus in his knee.
Nah, he be all right, man. That's he'll be fine. Don't be wishing bad on us. Y'all got healthy guys. Y'all got fat dudes on y'all team running around. Y'all daggone coach calling out the superstar, talking about people got to be in playoff shape. Meanwhile, Brian ain't never ran back on defense. All kind of highlights of him not getting back, but that what made me the GOAT. Let's bring this thing back to where we at. We ain't getting into the Celtics right now. Y'all trying to move the goalposts.
I can't speak. I can't.
I can't either, but
Gator, you more sensible than Dots. Dots is just he's LeBron out, man. He's LeBron out. His name is LeDots now.
I mean, he's been LeDots. You right. It's
As long as he's got that purple and gold on, you goddamn right. I'm just saying.
If he leaves the Lakers, you not a fan of you not following him?
I still admire his game, but if you ain't a Laker, I don't give two shits about you at the end of the day. I'm gonna be honest with you. By Austin Reeves, if they move you, I watch you from a distance and commentate on you, but it's purple and gold all day, right?
If he literally leaves the Lakers, you not gonna be gassing him no more?
I wouldn't have to gas. I wouldn't gas him. I'm gonna put a little sauce on it because he's got the purple and gold on. But it's easy to sell the sauce with LeBron because he is the GOAT.
Is he an all-time Laker great?
Ooh, based on his Laker resume, no.
Okay, all right. Now you all right. You sobering up now. I see you. This conversation brought you down to earth a little bit. If he leave, yeah, okay, Dots. Yeah.
No, based on his Laker resume, no. Overall, you would have to put him in that conversation, but his Laker resume, no. Not when you consider Kareem, Magic, Kobe, Shaq, Jerry West. No. I mean, shit. James Worthy's got a more impeccable resume as a Laker than LeBron. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right, cool. We cool then. You're not all the way lost. You're salvageable.
What you gonna say? Yeah, they're gonna put a statue of LeBron. He's got one chip with the Lakers.
Well, it's a lot of Bron fans that's ready to put a statue in LA for him.
I hope they don't.
Like, huh?
They might. They might. If he gives them 2 more years, they might. Yeah, just I just don't. I can't put him in that conversation of all time great Lakers. No, that's a whole nother conversation. Like, nah, I can't do it.
So it's he an all-time great Cavalier. You got to put him there.
Well, he's the greatest Cavalier. I don't think that's even up for debate.
I got Mark Price over him, but
I thought you were gonna say
Definitely an
Larry
all-time.
Nance.
Larry Nance. He's definitely an all-time Cavalier. That one is
I think you
the
gotta put him as an
victory.
all-time Heat player too.
Ooh, you got him over Cycli and Wade?
No, I didn't say he was the greatest Heat. Right? I think Wade's got that locked up, but I think LeBron's number 2, unless you maybe Zoe at number 2 for the Heat.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You
What are you
gotta put
talking
Zoe.
about? You can put Tim Hardaway over in what? Come on.
I mean, LeBron, it was it 4 straight finals that year. When his term there in Miami, 4 straight finals.
He's top 7.
Top 7. I mean, Zoe, I can give you Tim Hardaway. I can make an argument. Cycli, no. I think Wade is still the greatest Heat, though. I think that's undisputed.
Well, let's tell you that Ray Allen would be an all-time great for the Heat, right?
Hey, if you gonna put Brian there, because Ray Allen is the guy who won that against San Antonio. I don't know what Brian was at, but Ray Allen was shooting them threes after he traded on us.
He's all-time Heat and all-time Celtic.
Ray, nah. Once he left us, he lost his credibility with us. He just ran.
Okay.
I love Ray Allen, but when he left, it was like, bro, you gonna go play with them and win a chip for him? Like, nah, you're a real punk, Shuttlesworth.
So he was banished. He was banished from Celtic land.
You can't lead like that, Dots, and then go play with them. They was already good.
I mean, what? Money talk, bullshit, run a marathon.
I'm saying, leave like what?
he just we fresh off a championship, and he goes, "I'm taking my talent to South Beach."
It's about you play to win the game.
Yeah, but we would have won if we would have had Ray.
I mean, Ray looked around and said, "Paul Pierce ain't, he ain't moving like he used to. KG got injuries. Rondo's a head case."
Right.
I like what they got going on. Hell, they just need me to just shoot in Miami.
Man, he's the perfect guy to go along with LeBron because he always ready to shoot. Perfect. Him, Mike Miller, and all them job turkeys, man. They don't
ask me to do nothing else. Be active on D, but in this shoot, I don't even have to create shots. I just have to shoot.
That's it. I just got to stand over here and chill and wait my turn.
And win.
Man, that was one of the all-time greatest playoff performances I've seen because they had the tape around the court. They were ready to celebrate. I seen it. The tape was around the court, cording it off, and Ray dropped the confetti. And Ray said, "Not today." I said, "Ain't this a flip? Wrong guy, wrong team." Damn. But that was a great moment in basketball, man. Ray did that. Yeah, Brian. You was watching him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That what made me go right there.
All right, let's switch up. I want y'all opinion. Thoughts on the playoffs so far?
Good.
I'm gonna start with you, Gator.
Go, Gator.
Thoughts on the playoffs so far?
Thoughts on the playoffs so far?
Yeah.
I mean, they're all right.
Yeah, this is probably to me, I say it's the best it's been in some years.
I'll say this: the first 2 rounds, arguably, some of the most entertaining playoffs we've seen in a minute. Yeah. These finals, no, and no.
Is it because of the variety drop because teams got bumped or the matchups? Like, what is it?
The matchups for me.
Okay.
You're not feeling Pacers in this?
I'm not feeling that they played. I don't know what it was in the first 2 rounds that made them all 4 teams were more compelling to me in the first 2 rounds than they are playing against each other. And I don't know how much of this is Silver's foot on the scales, tipping one way or the other, bringing Foster in, and then the Knicks win, and then it's like that's the only major market team left in the playoffs. And so I think there is. I'm a conspiracy. I have my tinfoil hat on sometimes because it's still a business, and we all know don't know if New York is not in these finals this season. Like somebody's gonna have a lot of explaining to do. If that's the last major, I mean, it ain't like it's some mid. These are small market teams that people don't know the players like that. They and is he just ratchet enough to have some attention on him because he's so crazy. But like everybody else, it's like even though these guys are. Well, I can't. SGA, I never really. I watched him, but I didn't really pay attention to him as much as I have this season. He is a little bit floppy to me, but whatever. It's not. It's just. There was more. I don't know. I need more competitiveness. Like game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals was great. We need more, whatever that was.
I think the Eastern Conference has been good so far.
Yeah, Gator is being real finicky.
I'm being finicky because I'm mad my Nuggets didn't make it. Okay, all right, there. I said.
I'm mad the truth come out.
I'm not. Listen, y'all got y'all faves, so do I. And
I told about Jamal Murray. You can't have faith in that joker.
No, he is not reliable. They wasting my guys. They wasting a goat's time, and I need them to get it together, rebuild, tear the whole thing up. But they got all them big old contracts with all them jokers. Anyways.
I trade Murray.
I would get rid of Murray in a minute, but
what you gonna get for him though? Like another guard?
You can get compensation for Murray because people are gonna overvalue him because look at the 50-point game, but he's not. Jamal Murray comes and goes way too much for me.
Yeah, he's super inconsistent.
Yeah, he's like Cat. Like when he's locked in, it's like that's a special player. You just don't see it on a consistent basis.
I don't know what happened with them, but you said now they're not in it, so I won't deviate. It's all right. I just for the game, for the good of the game. I like that the young guns. There's an opportunity for a new sort of whoever the relative superstars on respective teams are to get a ring, which I think is good.
But they want Shea to get it. You know that.
I know they want Shea to get it. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why. The team, the team Thunder be balling. Like I slept on them defensively. They are excellent, but I don't. Shea, he too. I don't know.
It's the star power, I think, for a lot of people.
It's
the lack of like a lot of people. Unless you follow like that, they don't know a Shea. And when you say Anthony Edwards, folks think baby mamas.
Yeah,
that's what they think now. He wretched now. That's Atlanta for you, but yeah.
He making the news for all the wrong
reasons, man.
Like, star power. I just look at it like it's been good basketball. Like I can't, cause I recognize these guys are not household names. Halliburton is not a household name. Jalen Brunson's not even a household name. Just the Knicks, is a name that people know. But I've enjoyed it so far. I wish they would officiate all the games like this moving forward. Cause I'm not interested in watching a regular season game. It's 130 to 135.
Right?
Regulation. I'm not.
That's true. Now you're right about that. And half of them are free throws. No, thank you.
Yeah, I mean that goes to the point though that like more points don't necessarily equal more excitement.
Yeah.
Like more, I mean, so it's like good basketball matters, but I don't think they can officiate a whole season like this because players will be banged up by the playoff time.
Yeah,
I mean, but you got a bench for a reason. Listen, I like it. And when you look at the playoffs, how many major injuries did we have outside of Dame? That was like a no contact injury. Tatum was a no contact injury. I mean, it's been kind of injuries been major injuries been kind of low. Like guys have just been playing and they I like it.
You got a point. It ain't been a lot of contact injuries. Yeah, that's a good point.
When you think back to like the 80s and 90s when they officiated like this, it wasn't like a lot of guys getting hurt on a nightly basis. Like, I mean, that load management. I'm gonna take a game off on the back-to-back. Like, the culture's just different. I think the players will adjust to it. I mean, they had to adjust at the start of these playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Thoughts on the playoffs, Speak. What you thinking? You enjoying it?
No, I like it, man. And you're gonna have a new champion with all new teams that never got an opportunity, you know what I mean, to be there, and they all earned their spot. And one of these young teams is going to step up and try to make themselves a somebody. You win one, you see what it's like. Now next season, you get in the playoffs, you know what it takes to win it. So, and it's not the same old guys, you know what I mean? The Jokic's, we know Jokic going to get back if you give him the right stuff. You know what I mean? So it's good, man. Last year we had Tatum and Brown win one. This year, somebody new going to win one. So it's going to be
New
good.
era. It's the new era. I
Yep.
hate to say it, the old era. It's about dead and gone.
Yeah, the KDs and all of those guys are they on the way out. It's the transition right now.
KD could be a Laker. I'm just saying.
Oh my Lord. Lord, please don't. It's bad enough we had the Bronny saga. Now we got the KD thing too.
I mean, KD is a very movable. KD tips the scale for a lot of teams. I mean, if I'm Phoenix, I got to tear it down. Let me get some back. I'm calling Denver. Jamal Murray, Christian Brown, and the first round pick for KD.
So that's what I'm gonna have like.
No.
That's
You
a
said
lot.
no?
That's a haul, bro.
No.
Like, nah.
No.
They ain't going for that.
No. No.
I mean, we got to maximize Jokic. You want to put KD on that team
with Jokic?
Yeah.
No.
Nah, that I don't think that will work because KD don't need Jokic to get his bucket. He just needed 30 shots a night.
Well, I mean, you got to think regular season, it may be a struggle, but when we're talking about playoffs, having a guy that can consistently get his own shot and is a reliable scorer, more reliable than Jamal Murray. You're not willing to give him up in Christian Brown for a long 2031 first round pick for KD?
I think the injuries would be a wash then. Is KD healthy enough?
I think KD would be healthy enough.
No, I don't. No.
That's a gamble.
Yeah, no.
I'm trying to sell it to you next. You want to maximize because we're watching a generational player in Jokic, being wasted away by bad contracts.
A bad contract. So what? Well, then does Jokic look somewhere else?
That's a possibility.
That's what I was thinking. I don't need him to stay in Denver. They don't know how to manage now. They're getting rid of coaches and all the weird stuff they did, and he might need to start looking around.
Michael Porter Jr. I don't know why they paid him.
I don't either.
They had to spend the money.
Oh man, you set your franchise back 5 years signing that cat.
Yeah, but you got to spend it because he's been in the how many years he been in the league?
A while now.
Yeah, about 5 years.
Right. Yeah, 5 or 6
years.
years.
He qualified for that bread, so you have to spend it.
Nah, but I could have spent it elsewhere. Another shooter, a backup big. I could have allocated that money. Porter Jr. don't give you shit.
Oh man, he got a good agent though. Agent said, "Look, this is market value. He got 5 in. You ain't gonna do him like this. So you have to spend the money. That's the thing. You can't hold on to that bread.
I get it, but I would spend it elsewhere. Like when I look at, give him a shot creator, a consistent shot creator, and some guys that can shoot, and you can win a championship. He's shown that.
What kind of guy?
Stars in heaven. These contracts are ridiculous. They're paying Jamal Murray $37 million this year.
Yeah.
Get him out of here. Bye, Jokic. Run. You're worth it. Get your $50 million somewhere else, bro. Oh my God.
Yo, tell you, hold on. Your contract coming up, or he under contract?
No, he under contract.
Oh, all right.
But Michael Porter Jr. Oh my Lord. Yeah, Denver don't know what they doing.
So tell me why I'm going on the They won that one joint and their bellies got full. Like
I mean, when you get rid of KCP and Bruce, like I knew it was. I was like, that's they don't want to. They don't want to win anymore.
my head like on some church. I'm like, son, you just staring at me.
Porter Jr. His one shoulder gonna do something.
Damn. Yeah, he can come to Boston though. We'll give y'all Porzingis.
Don't go there. No, don't go there, Jokic. No, never. Nobody wants to play in Boston.
He can go to Beantown.
Jokic's got a player option in 2027. But I doubt he opt out of that because he stands to earn $62 million that year.
Yeah, nah, he gonna get the super max.
Yeah. I don't know. They listen. Denver when there was some games there in that Thunder series where it was like, I mean, they still went 7, right? So it was like they were right there. So it's like maybe it's just get rid of Murray and bring in somebody else, and I don't know. I just there's still something there, but it's Jokic, and I don't like that because he's the GOAT.
Yo.
She got Jokic. You ain't gonna holler at her speak?
No.
Nope. He is.
I'm not. Jokic is a bad boy, but I'm not going to argue with her about her GOAT because that's her GOAT.
I don't have a GOAT, but
GOAT.
he is the GOAT. I don't have a GOAT.
It's different. It's different. You see the difference there, Doc?
I see the difference.
Listen, he already let's get controversial with it. Listen, he in my top 10 already, and he ain't moving. So
damn,
already.
Who you put him over? Olajuwon?
Nah, see, I said Dream was my top 3. No,
all right, bet that. We good then. We good.
Of course.
Oh, you got him over Brian. That's what's up. That'll work.
Of course, I got him over MJ.
Oh wow!
I got him over Larry Bird. I got him over everybody. Yeah, I think he's my number. No, Dream.
Oh, all right, cool.
I got Dream over everybody. Huh?
I got Shaq. He got Jokic over Shaq.
Unc got some interesting takes. He needs to hop up here one day.
I told Unc he needs to hit the panel, man. He be down there causing a ruckus. He needs to get up on the panel and defend himself.
He needs to defend some of this guy. I see some takes in the past. I'm like, Unc, what?
Yeah, Unc, this is a safe space. Come on, Unc.
He be right most times, but sometimes it be like, now, Unc, you sound like Dots and just beat Jordan up here. They just
men of logic. That's what I like to say. Men of logic. MOL. Men of logic up here on the
men of illogic, no reason, delusion, glazing, and no.
There was no glazing taking part on my end of the debate. None whatsoever.
So look, Speak trying to talk soft now. Like he was up here talking about, no, 2 and 12. All that bullshit. See, you had to come up here and soften them up because Speak was gonna keep going all night.
No, listen.
Hey, look, she saved you. She saved you because he was like, let me go help Dodds because Speak is up there whooping his ass.
There's a little bit of that. I was like, I'm tired of Dodds not being able to defend his position. Now I don't get what he's talking about.
You're not gonna do that now. We're not gonna do that in front of the people. We do that, My scoreboard, I'm up. My scoreboard in my
everybody's up. You're right. Everybody's up. You're right. Listen, it was just getting a little. It was going off the rails a little bit. So I just
because he brought the Celtics up. It's going to go off the rails when he bring up the C's.
You got to do Speak. You got to treat him like George Foreman. You got to let him spend all his energy and then rope-a-dope his ass.
Listen, but the rope-a-dope, there had to be like, you had to be ready when he wore himself out. You didn't seem to have no game plan ready for when he got wore out. It seemed like you was just, both of y'all was rope-a-doping each other. And I'm like, okay.
I got tonight. I got me some water. I was ready. I was ready to go 55 rounds with Speak. I was ready.
That's you. I admire the optimism of you thinking that, but like, It
I'm a
wasn't.
bit delusional right now, but yeah, I'm in my
Yes,
score.
you are. Listen, you dubbed me your executive producer, right? That's what you say. That's what you called it, right? That's my executive producer. My executive producer. I don't know where that came from, but okay. So as your executive producer, I had to jump up because it was like,
Well,
this ain't what I'm paying for. So the product is. I need the product to tighten up a little bit. So
don't worry about it. Don't worry. I'm still on my game. I'm up. God damn it. We just lost game 3. I'm still up in the series. I just lost maybe game 3. He became a foul merchant. He started getting some easy free throws. Hey,
yes, he did.
Scott Foster came in tonight. Maybe that's a sign from. I'm just saying.
You right. Listen, I ain't denying your opponent was flopping. He was throwing, flopping and yes, he was flipping. He was a mackerel out of water there for a minute. He just saying all flipping stuff, and I was like, oh no, now what in the world? Okay.
I mean, he was getting all the calls from the ref today. I you know what I'm saying? I just try to make it competitive, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm still up in the series.
Hey, that wasn't a flop. That was high IQ.
That's fair. You right. That's right. That was high usage rate. But as he said, usage got worse as the night went on. So obviously he proved his theory now, hasn't he?
Oh shit!
Just gonna keep pushing. Yeah, goddamn Dots, he's out of shape. Get him to the 2-hour mark. He's through. I got you.
Nah, man, that was a good fight, man. Unc was out there throwing jabs too. Don't forget, Unc. I saw you down there, Unc. I'm gonna catch you on one of these panels one of these days, Jack. You're gonna think it's safe, and Dot's gonna let me up.
I mean, what's your wager with him, Dots? Don't y'all got a wager?
I got 10. See, it looks like it's going to be a wash the way these finals are going. I got 10 on the Wolves and 10 on the Pacers. Pacers are making me look good. Wolves are good. I'm concerned. I want to win because I lost the last bet, dog. I ain't used to losing. God damn it.
I think if he loses, then he owes you a panel appearance to give you your flowers.
How about
that's a good bet.
And that's just I did it whenever the C's won last year, whatever. I'm still saying the finals will be Thunder Pacers, with the Thunder regrettably probably most likely winning. And if I'm right, I'm gonna come back up here and be like, I was right. I'm not thrilled about it. And if I'm wrong,
I might take some action on that. I mean, I like the long shots. Pacers, Thunder. I might take Pacers in that one.
I mean, we'll see if they make it. Like if they get there, we shall see. But
they're gonna take care of the Knicks. Yeah, I know Cat ain't gonna give me what he gave me tonight. On a regular basis, I'm good. I'm confident in my pick. Cat ain't gonna give me that.
Yeah, the Pacers team is just complete. They got a complete team, and they got nothing flashy or like no superstar power, but they're a really good team.
They are an excellent team, and they're deep. So it's
there
the Knicks. So
Pacers and Thunder, and yeah.
I think that was the best matchup.
I mean, that's New York is the one they want in the finals.
Of course, they want New York in the finals. I feel like they're the long-suffering-ist team, I think, in the NBA that finally is back, but I don't think they get it done.
I like the Knicks, but this is a bad matchup. This is Pacers are a bad matchup for them. Jalen Brunson's going to be exposed. He can't play D.
Yeah, somebody going to post him up, and it's going to show. They just going to shoot right over him. Like you score 30 and give up 30. So, yep.
All right, y'all. Y'all know this. I don't do these long ass shows no more.
You got off tomorrow. Where you going?
You don't got
Everybody
no job.
got off tomorrow.
Don't believe the hype.
Hey, listen, the streets be talking, man. They say you don't do nothing no more but do these little boring shows. So what you talking about? You got all night.
Shit. Don't believe what you be hearing in them streets. You know better than that.
I don't believe nothing in the streets nowhere, man. That's what the Pacers told me, anyways.
No, don't believe what these folks be saying in the streets. It's bullshit. But anyway, I let them have it. I let them have it because we good over here. Always good.
Always.
Always been good. Before I get up out of here, Travis Hunter got married.
Next topic.
Damn, Gator. Biggest sucker move of the year, Travis Hunter getting married. Can we go ahead and put that in pencil that in at number one?
Yeah.
No prenup.
Why?
Damn.
No prenup.
Damn. At this day and age.
Yeah.
Dummy.
Y'all don't believe in love. What's wrong with y'all?
I believe in love, but anybody that's been in a relationship is no finance, no romance. Money plays a role in that. It's business at the end of the day too.
But what's the thing though? What they think gonna happen? She gonna take all his money and leave him destitute and broke and in the poorhouse? What's the problem?
I mean, it's always that off chance, but she didn't even seem that real interested in really being with the nigga like that. It wasn't like she was head over heels. Like, nah, she didn't give me those vibes. I remember her body language at the Heisman Trophy. You should have been cheesing your ass off, jumping up and down and clapping. Like they had to tell your ass to get up and acknowledge your man. Nah.
Yeah, she making a business decision that not a lot of women is going to turn down. Oh, you got that bread and you don't want to sign no joint? Yeah, let's go head on. Go head on.
And he just signed his deal. I want to say 5 years or 4 years, $40-some million in the state of Florida. Come on, man.
Yeah, no income tax. Woo.
Why you just don't want the brother to be happy?
Now listen, I want him to be happy, but it's at the end of the day, you in a certain position in life, brother. You got to make business plays a role in that.
We go to sleep tonight, guys. Every athlete should have one. If you wasn't with her in high school, if that ain't your high school sweetheart, and she wasn't, watching you go to the gym and practice and do all that, you need that paperwork, bruh, because she with you because you got the bread.
I didn't know she used to be a stripper. I said she used to be a stripper.
Oh wow! Oh, no paperwork. No paperwork. Woo! Nah. You got to skip.
He look game goofy.
So I mean, if Hunter wiped her up, where's his slander?
I mean, hell,
he getting slandered because he ain't signed no prenup.
He's not signed the prenup. He's the goofy, but she the stripper, and he better he wiped her. Where's his slander?
Travis Hunter is a straight up goofy. Anybody that looks at him,
he a goofy.
He's a goofy.
It sounds like that goofy want to get played, and I think that's his decision. And
the spirit of discernment is not strong with him. It's not strong with him. No.
You mean to tell me Dion couldn't convince him not to do that?
I don't even know if people was even in his ear. Like when he, how it is, young, dumb, full of confidence. She looked like the first piece of, I don't want to go that route, but she looked like the first woman he's ever laid down with, touched, and kissed. I'm like, come on, man. Travis Hunter
don't have more faith in Hunter. Maybe she gonna change for him. I ain't saying she will, but what if she does?
No, the body language coming in though don't look right to me. It ain't like, after 5 years of marriage, we decided to part ways and I say, okay, whatever. Nah, she come in, ready for the bag and finna run that nigga pockets. What was the gift? The AMG Mercedes-Benz truck? Just for her?
Yeah. He's spinning dumb already.
Nigga ain't played a snap.
Jeez. And man, look. That's football, man.
Ain't he looking suspect in camp at the wide receiver position?
Listen.
I don't, I don't care about football. But anyways, if he's
So you don't
happy,
care about football now, but when it's football season and them boys is playing, the slander and hate just be spewing out on a weekly basis around here. Where I was in pain last season.
listen, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I told you I don't care. I'm gonna make fun of them because they're worth being made fun of. But anyways, I don't care.
Roll Tide.
You sure? You
Roll
sure?
Tide.
Because basketball just put one of them things away a couple months ago. Okay. All right. Yeah.
I mean,
Anyways,
hey, that's basketball.
we're getting off of the
We know what
topic,
y'all look
and
like on
I'm
the
not
gridiron.
getting off the rails. Anyways, that is how that young fella wants to spend his money and his time and his life. He gonna learn one way or the other, or she might surprise you, and she might just learn to mellow out, and she doesn't probably grew to like him because that's what they tell us. Get you somebody that you like, not really in love with, and then you grow to it. So as long as I think he take care of her and keep her, iced out or whatever the young folks say, all dripped out, whatever, then I think that it might be all right. I just hope he's successful in football and don't get hurt no time soon and can just enjoy his life because I feel like he get a lot of undue scrutiny. He's just a young guy who just fell for a girl that's
goofy.
It's a lot of dudes that get that. I mean, these dudes. At least I don't know the girl like that, but there's the pass around and the cleat chases and all of the associations and all these players. They all chase them. They all sleep with them. They get pregnant by half of them have babies for him and all that kind of stuff. He at least is trying to avoid that trap. So give him some grace.
I'll say he another Shannon Sharp. Ooh.
That is not disrespectful. You have to come and defend him now because that is out of control.
Wow.
Shannon Sharp is a big old fool. That is an unfair jacket to put on
That
that
was
young
tough.
man already.
That was tough.
I came out of left field with that one. I wasn't expecting that. Shannon Sharp. Ooh.
Shannon Sharp?
Damn. I'm out on that one. I'm
Me
out.
too. I gotta go on that one now. We listen. Shannon did something himself that we boy. Yeah, gotta
Doc,
go.
Gator, I'm going. We'll fight another day.
Hold the door open behind you, brother. I'm right behind you.
Yeah.
With the closer right there.
Appreciate it. Enough is enough.
I say, get your ass off. Shannon Sharp. We out of here. Appreciate it, Gator, executive producer, as always. Appreciate it, coming up and scoring your own points. But like I said, I was up on the scoreboard in my head. I'm gonna continue to believe that you know how I am around here. I'm a bit
understand. I get it. And listen, I'm with you when you're right. I ain't with you when you're wrong. And you was just in your head, it was probably sounding better than it was going, which is fair. That's how it is for everybody.
I'll catch the replay. I'm gonna check the replay. Of course, I think I'm up. I'm gonna watch the replay and still think that I'm up. I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna argue with you, but if I'm showing up, it means you need some assistance, and I'm not. I'm Pippin in this thing. All right, you still MJ. I'm just Pippin. All right.
Okay, I can take that. I can take that. Appreciate it. As always.
That's all I'm here to do. So keep the show going. Have a.
You too. I appreciate my guests for coming up. Always a good time. Hey, beautiful, you came back. Great show. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's gonna be like it kind of mixes in with my soliloquy as we get ready to close out a show. Yeah. And I will say this, and the Remy and Papoose, I'm not going to get into that right now in too much detail. But watching that situation kind of play out on social media this week was in the cloud. Appreciate it. Kind of watching that situation kind of play out. I'm going to kind of get into it briefly. What you was hearing, with them going back and forth and putting each other's business out there. It was a lot of built up frustration and anger for those who have been really kind of following the situation, those who are like into the battle rap culture, this is not new. It may be new for a lot of people. They had this kind of friction and stuff going on, but it's not been new. It's something like 2-3 years old for the battle rap community that, if you're not into it, you wouldn't know. But what you heard from them was a lot of hurt, and when you're with someone that long, you kind of know where to hit them at and jab on. I may do a show. I may do a show Monday or Tuesday to kind of get into the other stuff I want to get into, but I do want to close out with this. Jesus, where was I going? Okay, yeah, and you guys have heard me say this a lot. Get out there, touch grass, and all of that kind of stuff. But in regards to kind of like shaping it around the Remy and Pap thing, and people looking at their relationship prior to them, it going bust, like it did, like that's the example of Black Love and all of that kind of stuff, and it just be mindful of what you see, what people put on. You got to understand what, when you're dealing with people in the public or just dealing with people in general, a lot of times you meet their representative and not the real them. Take your time, be patient, and get to know them. And, it'll save you, the spirit of discernment. We were talking about Travis Hunter up here, that spirit of discernment. Learn to listen to it. Learn to listen to your gut. Learn to listen to your instincts about, people. Because some people are, in this world to, they wake up miserable, they spend their day miserable, they go to sleep miserable, and it's a routine for them. Don't get caught up in that cycle of misery with them. Let them stay where they at with that and let them roll around in it, get comfortable with it. Wear that motherfucker, I don't care. Just don't partake in it. Protect your energy, protect your spirit. In the words of Teresa, protect your vibe. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about, man. Wake up positive, and whatever happens throughout the day happens throughout the day. But you're responsible for how your day begins and how your day ends. And with that note, like I said, I may do something. Tomorrow. I may do something tomorrow. Be on the lookout for a pop-up Monday or Tuesday. I may do something tomorrow or Tuesday. We'll see. But yeah, y'all be safe out there, man. Y'all have a good week. If I don't see you again, you know how to find me. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I said, appreciate the people for coming up. Appreciate the people for participating in the chat. Y'all make the show fun. Y'all make the show enjoyable. And that's why I don't mind getting up here doing it week in, week out. And we'll be working on some other stuff. I'm starting to get back in the shape. I'm just gonna say it like that. Starting to get back into shape, but like I said, I'll probably do a pop-up either Monday or Tuesday and kind of get into some other stuff I wanted to kind of get into outside of the world of sports. But like I said, thank you for taking time to listen to little old me. Beautiful. I didn't get in the pool pit today. But I just seeing that interaction between them, it's like kind of had a conversation with the missus about it. Like, yeah, this. What they saying to each other, you know how to hurt people. I'm just saying. Anyway, get my ass up out of here. Y'all know the phrase that pays around here. Hey, remember, the hate was in you because it ain't in them. The phrase that pays is always, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but every time you learn. And I'm out.